Probando, probando. YouTube, Twitch. A ver si se escucha. Vale. Se escuchan los dos. Fenomenal. Muy bien. Bueno, gente de bien. Si estás viendo este vídeo, probablemente repetido, porque no hay ni Dios online. Tengo una mala noticia o una buena noticia, depende por dónde se mire. La mala es que voy a dejar de crear contenido en castellano probablemente y el contenido que vaya creando va a ser en inglés. La razón principal son varias. Uno es que me gustaría empezar a crear contenidos en inglés, salir de mi zona de confort y, digamos, que no me dé miedo si me proponen dar una charla en inglés y ese tipo de cosas que ahora pues todavía me da algo de miedo porque cuando grabo algún vídeo, como por ejemplo este que hay aquí en ProLinks, sueno a robot que da... Qué cosa mala, ¿vale? Entonces quiero mejorar y para mejorar hay que hacer y para hacer pues aquí estoy, ¿no? Y digamos que también esto es importante destacar que por norma general todo lo que es la gente que habla en inglés por la parte de Estados Unidos o por la parte de Canadá, por la parte igual de Europa y demás, generalmente son personas que invierten más o gastan más, por decir una forma, o tienen mayor poder adquisitivo que generalmente los de habla hispana como nosotros. Y estoy generalizando. Entonces, creo que puede ser bueno también para mis productos, pues que habrá más gente dispuesta a pagar. Y además me he dado cuenta que yo veo muchos contenidos en inglés de gente que no es su primera lengua. Entonces, lo que te hace también es abrir mucho las puertas, porque hay mucha gente que habla castellano, pero también hay mucha gente que habla castellano digamos, su idioma natal, pero luego también saben inglés. Entonces, creo que probablemente habrá gente que pierda en esa parte de por hacerlo en inglés, pero creo que me viene bien para mí para aprender y hablar mejor inglés y creo que luego también me viene bien porque seguramente llegará más gente. Así que esa es la razón, por lo tanto a partir de ahora va a estar en inglés. De hecho el título lo he puesto en inglés y de hecho empezaremos ahora en inglés. Esto no son clases de inglés, no se me da bien el inglés, o bueno, no se me da bien cuando grabo vídeos, en persona pues me puedo defender. Así que lo que diga a partir de ahora y mi pronunciación, pues la vida es así, ¿vale? Pero bueno, como es sábado y también he aprovechado ahora porque no hay ni Dios, pues mejor que mejor. Porque son las 1 menos 10. ¿Quién cojones va a estar a la 1 menos 10 conectado? Nadie. Pues ya está. Pues todo para mí. Vale, así que voy a poner aquí en situación a la gente. So, I've been creating a project that is prolinks.pro. It's created with Laravel and using Filament, PHP. So, I've been learning a lot of launching projects. I've been watching how others they launch their projects, and I see that there is a lot of necessity to create projects. So there is one like LaraFast, there is one like zipfast. So the idea is, like here, Mark, okay, the idea is to create something like this, but for WordPress. Why? The main reason is because here the need that they have is that they are creating things with Next, for example, with React, and they need to create a login, database, SEO, styles, and I think this it's given by WordPress, so it's a great base to start. But in WordPress, we don't have things created for developers. It's usually all done for end users, so sometimes there are no fast ways of creating things or you need plugins. So my idea is to combine both of these ones. So the idea is to create something like that will be called WPFast. Okay, so WordPress Fast or WP Fast will be a boilerplate for developers, so it will have the key functionality to create SaaS products or whatever you need. Taking in account that we have a WordPress admin, so we have also an admin, we have users, we have the login functionality, we have everything. We have the blog and everything. So that's the plan. So if anyone is watching this, just for you to know that the plan is that. So one thing I'm going to do is to put a tweet. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm starting to create content in English. So I think it's important for me to create this in English. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to say how I'm going to put it. Creating a SaaS boilerplate for, well, I think you can watch this, for WordPress and how I'm going to put it, live streaming. And we can put here build in public, and here the link to Trinchera WP. Okay, so creating a SaaS boilerplate for WordPress in a live streaming and sharing everything. So I think it's more than enough. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is that I have advanced a lot. I'm creating the base. We are using roots with all their components here with Acorn, Sage, and Bedrock and everything. So the idea is that we are going to use WordPress functionality to make all this system. And I'm being able to create the system. Now we are going to see it here. Here we have, I'm going to put it everything so I can show you. So here we have the project, and here we have the resources, the views and everything, but we also have the plugins. So I created one plugin that is an MView plugin that is WPFast. And in WPFast, we are starting carbon fields. That is an open source way of creating custom fields and not using advanced custom fields. So inside that, I created a fast options. And here we have the options. That is just a container, and now it puts here the API, but well, this is not going to be used, so it's not important. So it's just to see that it works, but it will be this way. So with this, we have the options created. So I am creating the functionality in plugins, for example, WPFast Spark. The idea is to create something like a Spark of Laravel, but for WordPress. So with a Spark, you can handle payments and subscriptions. So the idea is to do something like this for WordPress. So taking that in account, okay, what I'm creating is here a plugin that users, when someone buys the boilerplate, they can use or not this functionality. It's like I want to use it or I don't want to use it. So it's a plugin. So here we have the plugin. This is something that needs to be cleaned and put it and organized. But well, here what we have is that once the plugin is activated, it's going to create the billing page. Okay. And after that, we are going to apply a template for that page. And that template is going to be our view, where I'm working and creating the view of the billing. Okay, so here we are going to have the info for the billing. And you are going to be able to configure, because now we have here the options, and these options are attached to these options here. So here we have WPFast, okay, the container for the theme options. And then we are attaching this to this theme option. So once you have activated, you have here WPFast that now has no custom fields, and then you have the Spark one. And in the Spark one, I have added the option to add new plans, as we have in a Spark. So plan name, short description, monthly ID, year incentives, and everything. And here you have also for the Pro one, and here you have the features. And in the features, I added this option for disable, so this is not able in the base plan. Okay, so with this, we have all the billing with all the logic. So we call to Stripe, now we are with the test API. We get the customer and the invoices. Okay, right now I'm creating this part of the invoices, but here we have the subscribe section, and for each plan we are taking the price and the tax behavior. For me, the task behavior there is not, it's always excluded, but we are creating the base for the users so they can use it. So here it's going to take in account the task behavior, it's going to put the price, the description, and for each feature, it's going to show this icon, and it's going to show if it's ready for that plan or not. No? If not, it's going to be a line through, and it's going to have a button of subscribe. So if we go here and we go to the billing page, this is the billing page. It's going to take the plans that we have configured. So here we have the name, we have the price that it's getting from Stripe. So here we have the description, and here we have the features, and here you can see that this one is disabled. Okay, that's the one that we have seen, that it's the API for the base plan, it's disabled. So with that in mind, now the thing is that I'm going to try to work here with the option of monthly and yearly, okay? And the next thing that we may need to do is that when you click subscribe, it gets you to the Stripe checkout, okay? So that's going to be the idea. So for that, we are going to need Alpine, okay? And we are going to take a look how to do it. So we can use Pines or we can use Tailwind UI, and there are a lot of another ones to do it, but now we are with this one. So here we have the toggles. So here we have the options. Okay, annual billing, save 10%, and then in Pines. Here I'm sure that we also have toggles. No toggles. Switch. Okay. So here we have also with that one. So we're going to copy this one. In this case, it's already done with Tailwind and Alpine, so it's much faster to work with it. So here we have the plans. So here we have subscribe. So maybe this should be down here. Okay. And here we are going to have the switch button. So here, as you can see, it's already with Alpine working. So that's going to be faster for us, because with these toggles, it says requires JavaScript, but it's not done. So you have to do it. So it's like a bit much faster to do it with Pines, because it's already configured. Okay, so when we are here in the billing, we are going to reload, and here we have this enable feature. Okay, so now we have to work with this one. So to make it work, we're going to put here dev with yarn, and now this should make it work, and here we have enable feature, but in this case it's not going to be feature or not. We are going to see how Spark has it. Okay, we're going to go to images. In the future, we may change this one. We are going to create it custom and everything, but now the most important thing is to make it work. So that's why we are going to base in the Spark. Also the name, I put the Spark to have it clear, but then in the future we can change that name and make it own. But for now, we're going to use this way. So here, what we have is the switch, we have the input, the button, and the label, okay? So here what we have is the switch, and now we have to think how to change this one. So here we are going to put a div for now, and we are going to put monthly, and then we have a div, and we are going to put yearly for now and just reload. Okay, so I'm going to put this one up here so we can see what's happening. Okay, so there we have monthly and yearly, like this one, and now we are going to make it not centered. Okay, and these ones may need to be class uppercase, font semibold. We'll see. Okay, and now maybe that text SM will be fine. Okay, monthly and yearly. Okay, so now we are going to do the same with yearly. There we go. Enable future feature is not needed, and in this case we are not going to do anything with this, so we can take it out. Okay, and maybe semibold is too much, and we are going to put medium. Yeah, okay. So now we need this to make it work. So what we are going to do is change here the color, switch on, we are going to say primary. So we are going to reload it. So now we have it in the primary color. The main thing of the primary is that the user is going to be able to change that color. So when they go to Tailwind, they can change the primary colors and the default colors. They can also change the fonts. So they are going to be able to customize it super fast, and that's important. So, and they all can also come here and change it and do whatever they want, okay? But that's the idea. So once we have this, okay, here we can see the data, it's switch on false, okay? The thing is that that data should be on top of the plans so we can work with it. Right? So we are going to move this one to here. Okay. So the functionality is going to be the same, but now we can handle that data inside here. Why? Because we need to make the changes with the data. So if we go here to plans, okay, we're going to put like this. If we go here to plans, where we have the information of the plan name and we have the price. This price, we need to make it different, okay? So what we need to do is to change that price depending if the button is on or not, okay? So that button on, it's not is on or not. Maybe we could change here and say, no, this switch on should be switch yearly, for example, okay? So here we can say switch yearly, okay? So it's going to be monthly, but when it's switched yearly, this should work the same. So should be no problem with it, okay? So now what we will need to do, so it's going to be easier now to work with it because the name of the words are more logical or straightforward for what we need, okay? So here what we need to do here in the retrieve is to change this one, okay? So what we are going to do is change this one to price monthly, okay? And we're going to put here monthly, okay? And we are going to do the same. Also, with the task behavior, it will be the, yeah, because it depends also. We're going to leave it like that. So here we may need also price yearly, okay? And here we may need and yearly. For now, we can check this after, so we can improve it, but for now we are going to leave it this way. So here what we have to do is to change this option depending what we have here, okay? So now when we need to put here is this, okay? And we have to say, if switch yearly, okay, we put the price of monthly or yearly. So we are going to need it to do it by content. So in Alpine, we have the options in documents, in text, okay. So we can say you can use text to add the info. So for that, you will say text, and here you can do the same as this one, okay. Okay, so now we have the task behavior that it's also the same. So now here we have to do span text, and here we have to say if switch, no, in this case will not be switch yearly. Here to do this one, we have to do it in another way, because now task behavior, it depends. Usually you're going to have the same, that it's included or not, but it depends on the price. So we have to take that in account. So for that case, what we need to do is, let's think, maybe we can put monthly or yearly. Let's see. Okay. So now we are having the problem with the switch yearly. Why? Because this value is not given that way. Yeah. Okay. So now what we have is the monthly one, and here we can add the euros, and maybe the euros we can add them here. Okay, and that euro we will need to change. We need to change the euros, because maybe the one that is using the product, they are not using euros, they are using USDs. So we will work on it. Okay, but now it's not the important thing to work on it, to create this one. Okay. So let's continue. Now, in this one, we have the price yearly, unit amount by 100. In the monthly one, we have that option, but that it's okay. But we need to round it. So for rounding it, PHP money, is there an option? Money format. Okay. So here for the money format, here we have this one that it says set the locale and then the money format. Okay. So these are all the options that we are going to need to configure. So it should be easy to configure for the user that's going to use it. Okay. But for now, we are going to put everything here. And then when we refactor everything, we will see how to change it. Okay, so for now I'm going to use this one, but we will change that. Okay, that in Laravel is with cashier, but for now we are going to do this one. So here could be price yearly, okay, and price monthly. Is this correct? Okay. Call to undefined function, money format. It's undefined. It's not, money format is not ready for PHP. Okay. Maybe we can do it with the number. Yeah, maybe we can use the number format and it's more than enough for now. So we're going to use the number format, okay? We will improve it when we refactor. So we have the number format, and now we don't this one right now. Okay, so for some reason it's not showing the money. And why is not showing the money? Let's see. Here we have the money. Because the format. Because maybe we are already giving in the format here. We're going to put that way, and we're going to test. Vale, stripe price given. Okay. So we're going to take just the unit amount. Okay. Okay, and here why it doesn't appear. We put here, let's think. If we put here the number format, we're on it, okay? Okay, there is working. Okay, maybe because we really need this one to be 100. Okay, now it's working. I don't know why it wasn't working. Because we have the number format, it's the same, no? Price yearly, comma, dot, it's the same. Maybe it's not working because we have it here. Let's see. I think it's not working because it's inside the text and it's not getting it. So in this case, maybe what we can do is take this, put it here, and take this and put it here. Also for this one. So here we get this already prepared. No? Price yearly. Let's see what's the problem. That is working fine. So why is not working here? The price yearly, it's appearing fine. So why here is not appearing? Let's see Alpine what they say. Set the test content element, tal. Okay. Okay, maybe we have to add it in the data. No, but in data we don't have the option to make it work because data is up here. Or maybe yes, we can create another data. So here that we have the plans, we can do a data, and here we can put price monthly, okay, and price yearly, and maybe this way we can make it work. Let's see. No, I have no idea why here it doesn't appear. So here it appears, but it's not showing the text. So data is working fine. Maybe if we did that way, we don't need to do this. Now I don't know why it's not working. Because in this example, text username, it works fine. Maybe, no, this one was fine. We could use the if one, but I think there is no need to create a couple of them. I mean, I think there is no need to create two and so or not so. So here there should be something to change this. So maybe we can say using Alpine JS is on text. How can I? No, text. This is not working. What should I do? Let's ask ChatGPT. So we are going to put the span, okay, to give context. But we are also going to put this on top of it. Here we close the div. And we are going to put this on top. Maybe the two of them. So we give all the context. So let's see what it says. To be JavaScript friendly, okay, that's something I knew. This is because it's Blade. So here creates the format, okay, as we did. But now it says you have to do X data. It says this one. Because I think we don't have. No, yeah, I have it. So X data Okay, maybe because no, it's the same, no? No, what it does here is to do this one that we already tried. It's because maybe I was leaving that. That could be. No, that wasn't. But maybe is no price monthly, X data, price monthly, then price yearly, price yearly. Then it comes here and it says, okay, X data, no, here, text, switch yearly, price yearly. So for some reason, it's not working. This is okay because we made it work. But so for some reason, here is not working as expected. If we put here, I don't know why it's not rendering the value. I suppose because here is not the value, but here we have the value. But here is not rendering the value. Here is saying that it's not expected number. Price monthly, unexpected number. Maybe because okay, we are going to change. Maybe it's because the format that we are giving here, it's not understood here. That can be the option, no? That maybe what is happening is that the format that it's bringing here, as was formatted, it was giving an error. Because now it's not giving an error and now it appears. And maybe we have broken something here. In this for each, it's correct. Why is this broken now? My friend, why it's broken? Plans. Okay. That it's okay. For each plan, we have this. And for each, and why now is giving this error? Okay, it's because this one. Okay. Okay, so now the problem that we have is here that we may need to change the number format here. So we can take this one, how I can change the number format inside. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay. So we can put to locale. And it's doing, okay. So what he does is put this inside a parenthesis and it puts to locale. Okay. So here we can put a yes, SS, and that is going to be an option for the user to change it. So now it's correct. And if we push yearly, we'll have that change. Okay. It works fine. So we made it work and it's working fine. So now what we need, taking account that it's not doing this by 10, okay? Yes is the price, that by 10, but that's the real price inside the configuration, okay? Inside the Stripe prices, it's that the configuration. Okay, monthly, yearly, that's working fine. So now the need that we have is to create this subscribe functionality because now it's not working. Okay, so stripe.com, let's see, we can find it easily, is the checkout here, checkout. So to use the checkout, let's go to documentation. Okay. Explore Stripe checkout. Okay, this is for the options. Stripe hosted, ok. Me envío tirar, inicio rápido. Let's put it in English. Okay, that wasn't the thing to change. Was this one. English from United States. So maybe first we have to make it work. Collect taxes, subscription of sales. Okay. So let's see if we have to configure it, how to check out works, watch a tutorial, quick start. Stripe hosted, composer requires Stripe, okay. Checkout session. So here we have the different prices that I told you. So for example, we're going to get the base monthly. So the checkout session, it changed this one, okay. So depending what you are choosing, this changes. So what it does is you need a checkout PHP, the Stripe secret, a checkout HTML. Here is when you push and it goes to checkout PHP. Okay, so I suppose the success. Okay, that's the webhook. Here we may need, okay, but here is not making it dynamic. Okay, so here is no dynamic. That's the checkout PHP. But here the price is not being given dynamic. So we may need an option to pass the info of the thing that you click. So here in in Spark, you have the button, okay? And I suppose it's getting it from JavaScript. The thing is, where in the JavaScript is getting the ID. Okay, let's see this confirm. Okay. I assume you want to change switch billing plan. Never mind. So I want to see how it knows about that button is the one to, because there is no ID, there is no nothing. Let's see, because in this one it's a form for the button, so here would be at the subscribe one we will have a form, okay? So we could have that form to the checkout billing subscribe route that we can create it, but we could send info to it. So here we will take this and we could make this change depending the options. So the idea in my head is that if you push this one, okay, let's save and let's reload. Okay, it's going to be a problem because we don't have that route and we should create the route. So for now, I'm not going to create the route per se. Okay, we're going to leave that way. I don't know if it's going to work. Okay. So here the problem that we have is that the Spark plan, we are outside, okay? So we have to change that value of this. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. The thing is that we have to change that value dynamically, okay? So for now, we are going to put the monthly one just to test it. And we will see how to make it dynamic. So now here in subscribe, we have the value of price ID. So here the idea would be to send the info here. So here it seems that what it creates the checkout session and then it goes to the URL. Okay. So we need to create this one. So now it's going to be quite problematic to create a route here inside WPFast Spark. How to create the route for this one from the plugin, not from the project. Because that's the main key question. How to create the route here to make it work fine. Maybe we should do routes web.php. We can take this one but we are not going to do it here, okay? We have to do it here. So here we need one that is the one that we are using here, that it's billing subscribe. Billing subscribe, okay. So here we may need billing subscribe. Okay. I don't know if we are doing it correctly. Okay. But let's try. Let's see if this is not going to work right now, because it's not going to detect it. It's going to give an error. Route doesn't exist. So let's see if just requiring it works, but then we will need to improve the code. And this way is not going to work because we need how we can do this one. Because this is not correct. That's the main problem of working with a plugin, that we need to know the knowledge to make it work. So here in config, we have the app. Let's see. No. Support facadas, example seeder, web. No. That's maybe because it's inside the vendor one, could be. Laravel. No, it's in Illuminate. Okay, so maybe here what we can do is, no, this is not going to work. No, how we can call let's see. We are getting an error of avocado has not been set. We are creating a WordPress plugin, that's WPFast Spark, and generating the routes for the plugin pages. In this plugin, we are using Acorn. In this project plugin, we are using Acorn. So we can use Laravel resources. Add in the project main directory inside vendor folder. Okay, I don't know if it's going to work that way, but let's ask and see what happens. I don't know. So here it says, let's analyze the issue and propose a solution. First, let's check if Acorn properly is initialized. Yes, Acorn is working. Okay, let's see. So it says create a main plugin file if it already exists. It exists. You are inside it. Okay, here. And we don't need to do those kind of things because it's already working Acorn. So then it says create a service provider for your plugin. Okay, and the service provider is going to make it work. Update your route files. That it's this one. Build and subscribe. This I remove it. There's no need for that. Make sure your composer includes the necessary auto-load configurations. Okay, the composer from here. Which composer? This is the main problem, that it doesn't tell you which composer is the one that you have to review. If it's this one or the one inside the plugin. So it says create a service provider for the plugin. So the main problem here is because the plugin, because we could do this one inside the project as not as a plugin and could work. But we want to have it as a plugin because we are using WordPress. We can put here providers, and inside providers we can put the, what's the name that is given? What name are you giving? Plugin service provider. No. We're going to do, yeah. Let's say WPFast, Spark service provider. Okay. Hello to us. So we are creating a WordPress boilerplate to make WordPress project faster. So now we are creating a plugin to manage the, let's say, subscriptions and those kind of things. So we are here fighting a bit with it to make it work. So let's see if we are able to do it, because we are mixing a lot of things and it's making it a bit harder to work with it, but let's try. So here is not plugin, it's WPFast Spark service provider. So here it says loading routes from providers, app, routes. The thing is that we are using WordPress, so we are using Sage. Well, not Sage per se, we are using Radical, that it's the mix of Bedrock, Acorn, Sage. That it gives you the option with Bedrock, it changes the WordPress folder structure to make it more Laravel ways, let's say. Acorn gives you the options of working with Laravel components. And then Sage, it's made to work with Blade components. So it's a mix of three of them, Radical. So the thing is that there will be the option to create this functionality inside the project as if it was a Laravel one. But the thing is that they want to create it as a plugin because we are using WordPress. So I want to manage everything for this functionality because in Laravel you have Spark, okay? And with Spark you can handle payments easily using Cashier from Laravel. So it gives you a like an admin panel, and it gives you the option to manage, that it's this one, to manage the... So basically you're creating a WordPress plugin, yes or not? I'm creating this full project. So let's see if I can explain easily. There are services for Laravel, like LaraFast, that it's a new one, that what they do is, okay, if you buy LaraFast, I give you all these subscriptions, one-time payments, registration, admin panel with filament PHP, I give you blog pages, SEO, sitemap, and I give you everything prepared to use, so you don't have to configure it. There is also something for Next.js, that is this one, that is ShipFast, that is the same. I'm going to give you everything for emails, payments, login, database, SEO, styles. The thing is that I was thinking on this and I was thinking SEO, databases, login, this is everything given by WordPress. So all this functionality is given by WordPress. Blog pages, SEO, users, dashboard, everything is given by WordPress. So why don't we create something like this, but with WordPress? Because sometimes happens that for WordPress there is not such a package that it's already everything built from the developer perspective, not the final user perspective. So my idea is to create this one. So now I'm working on this one. And a way to create subscriptions and one-time payments without using WooCommerce or without using this kind of plugins. So I'm trying to create something like a Spark, okay? That Spark gives you this functionality. So it connects with Laravel, with Stripe, or with Lemon Squeezy, or with Paddle, and it gets all the info. And this, we have already done it, okay? We have make it work. Now you see this error, okay? But if we come here and we change this route, now it's not going to work. Oh no. How I can show you now that it's working? Okay, maybe yeah, I don't know how to do it. Here we can take it out. So we have already done this functionality. So it gets the info from Stripe. You can add all the options from your WordPress file section, plans, base one, the prices from Stripe, and you added them, and it's already working in the front end, okay? So this works fine. Now I'm trying to create the option to click subscribe, so it's going to create the checkout, in this case for Stripe. Okay, so we are working with Stripe to make the checkout. So in Stripe, the example that it says is like, okay, you have the HTML, it goes to a checkout.php, and here you manage the session. So I don't want to do that. I want to create a route from the project, but I don't want to create the route here, that it's the project base. I want to create the route from the plugin, because if you are not using this plugin, there is no need for you to have that route. So now I'm trying to make it work for the plugin to detect the routes. So I'm there working on it. So WordPress Acorn plugin routes. So using this Acorn and those kind of things, as it's not very used, there is not a lot of information about it. Defining routes Acorn. Let's see if we can get something. This is Laravel. Now, plugin documentation. So it's there when I'm stuck. How to make this work. And if you ask to Cloud or whatever, they don't have too much information about Acorn. So the information that they give you is like, bueno, yes and no. It may work or not. So so here, for example, says the controllers, but there are no controllers yet. So it's like how to decide how much content you want to create inside this plugin, trying to make it just the simple thing. So yeah, it's a bit of work here trying to make it work. So here the namespace. Yeah, I think that this namespace should be better than this one, like this. I should change the ones, but yeah. So here it says, okay, you have the Acorn, now you have to register the service provider. The thing is that as we are loading Acorn from here, from the project, we are not loading here. Now we have to see how to register that provider from the plugin and not from here. So here it says Acorn providers. Maybe we can add this one. It's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Because Acorn is not installed here. So here we will have that WPFast Spark service provider. I don't think so it's going to work, this one. I don't know. I don't trust you, my friend. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. So let's go to... Let's update the composer. I don't trust you, my friend. Pacarrot has not been set. How can we do it? Because we are not doing this way. So I'm going to do one thing, and I'm going to move this inside a file for now, before the refactor, so we don't have it here. So I'm going, let's just move it down, okay? I don't know if it's going to work if I move it down here. When we refactor, we will work on it, okay? So for now, it's not broken everything, so okay. So here, let's go to the last chat. So here it says use Acorn, but I think that we don't need to do this one. Okay. So another problem that we have is the storage framework cache. Create a main plugin, set up the service for your plugin, register your routes in the service provider, Bootstrap. Create a main plugin, not already exists, create a service provider for the plugin. We have already done it. I'm going to see here in providers, how do they put it? Okay, it's app providers. So what I see is that in the namespace, I don't know why I'm used to put this one, but people usually they don't use. So I don't know if that also it's something that may break things. So here we have app providers, and will be that provider. Okay. Let's see what happened. Something wrong here. We register. We have this up here. We have this one, app providers. Okay. And then we have here in the routes, that is the same. Illuminate support and the route. billing subscribe. And then it says, make sure your JSON file includes the necessary auto-load configurations. So the thing is that here, in this composer, maybe what we have to do is change this one. But this one, it's this one? No. Yeah. As you see, maybe it's adding that auto-load here. But we don't want to add it there because we want to make the plugin agnostic from the project. So we don't want to put it there. So maybe what we have to do is do this auto-load, but do it here. It was up there. And this is not there. And we just need this one. There. Okay. But we don't need public content. We just need app. So I don't know if this is going to work. There is no errors, but here is not going to work. So now we have this problem. This is development. So here it says you have tried commands and usually done. You can also try manually creating the directory. Didn't pick. Have you checked ownerships? The thing is that it should not create right between my local background. It should not create that one there. Inside plugins, it says storage cache. Let's create the file, okay? The folder. So now we have another problem that it's not instantiable. I am going to die. Now why we have that problem? And I think here we have a problem with this namespace. How we can do this? Let's ask. I'm creating like something agnostic. I would put this one. I want to remove all this. And I'm going to remove the providers. Okay. And in the composer, I'm going to remove the auto-load. Okay. And this one, we're going to delete it. We're going to leave it empty. Routes, the web, the options. Okay. So we are going to put here the folder WordPress plugin with acorn, and I want to define the routes. How can I do it? So let's see what it says from 0. Okay, as we see now, it's changing how it does it, okay? So it says, first create a new file called routes in your plugin directory, okay? In this case, I think we should use routes, then web.php, okay? Here it didn't change anything, and then it says, this includes the web.php. To ensure that Accord lost your route, you need to register, okay? But it didn't change anything here, no? Now you need to include this file in your main plugin file. You already done this with your Spark file. I just think that it's getting mixed the things, because here it says to create the routes PHP, but here is defined routes web.php. So I think it's mixing the things. So we are going to just create as we did routes. Wait. Okay, it was here. I didn't delete it. Okay, we have billing, but in this case we want billing subscribe. Okay, it doesn't matter the route that you have. And then it says here you have to put this one, register Acorn to register the routes. Okay, and that it's saying to do it here. So in this case it's creating this directly here. Okay, and before was creating like routes, a provider, a service provider, and now it's not creating it. It's like now it's more simpler. But even with that, we have the problem. Route, first create a new call routes, but it's this one. Maybe it's because here has to put routes web. No, the problem is the same. But here says require once, maybe we don't need it there. So now it's not giving an error. Muy buenas, detalle. Sí, hablo en castellano, solo que he decidido crear contenido en inglés. Y es una putada, pero... ¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien? No sé si entiendes el inglés. Sé que no es lo mismo que el castellano, que hablo mejor castellano que inglés. La cosa es que aquí... You can either rename routes to web. Entonces aquí en teoría lo que hace es make a router group namespace. I don't know why it takes this function. I think it's because it's taking it from here. But here we don't have the HTTP controllers. So I think it's something from Acorn. The code registers route service providers and loads your route files. Okay, with this step you should be able to define the routes in your WordPress plugin using route. Remember to adjust the file paths. Your directory structure is different from what I have assumed here. Yeah. Now you have access to the directory structure. So please check that the file paths are correct. in the code that you have created. Y le vamos a dar aquí with codebase para que revise todo. So I can review everything. The full context. Here doesn't change anything. So it adds this one that we already did it. And says this line is correct, assuming you have browse web file in your plugin directory. Okay, so here we have a change. No, this is okay, yeah. Assuming the resources view directory is in done. Okay. The billing template is being loaded correctly. This is also correct, assuming you have billing place. Based on the tal, here you have your plugin, app. If this is correct, then your routes should be working properly. Yeah, it's correct. We have the API app admin options, the options, resources views, billing, the routes, web, vendor. Okay, we have the autoload here. It's not inside. And then we have fast Spark, but it's not working. There is no error, and that's good. Billing, subscribe. Oh, it's working. The thing is that there is no subscribe view. So here in resources views, if we create a new file and it's subscribe, no, it doesn't work. Oh no, I thought it was working. Views, resources views, subscribe, the routes, view, subscribe. Why is not working? Let's see. Acorn route list. Billing subscribe. It works. But it's not working here. But it's here. Billing subscribe. Ah, okay. Ah, no, this is because it's the name. The name would be subscribe. Subscribe. Okay, but why it's not taking this one, the view from subscribe? Oh, we are so near. We're making it nearly work. Let's put this one like this. Register service provider, middleware web, required function, routes web.php. If I change this one is going to change. Billing subscribe to. Not found. And not found. I think it's not changing the permalinks. So it's not on top of it. So it's not working. because here it should do something, it should break. WP acorn, road cache. Okay. No, it's not working. It's not working this part. I don't know why. This should not work. I don't know why it's not working. This is okay. Resources views. Here it adds the template. Okay. But this one is not working. Register routes account service provider, make router. I think that this is working fine. It gets that file. Okay. So that is working fine. But it's not working the return part. The return view, that is not working. So I think maybe it's because we have to use another function name. So let's see if we have something here. Those are blogs, emails, no. WCLI, okay, WCLI. Render view from Composer, return view. So first list is a particular keyword and use the same, place component template tag. Let's see what says here. No, that's like a component. But we are not creating a component. It's a view. Return view. And we have subscribe. This one. But it's not working. And I don't know why. Let's see. This route is created and detected, but is not loading or returning the subscribe view. Let's see what it says. I see the issue causing the execution to stop from reaching the return. No, that's not the problem. Make sure you have a subscribe blade in your searches video. You want to have this file. If you are still using it could be related to account integrating with WordPress. You might want to check if the routes are working correctly and ensure that account service provider is properly registered. The thing is that this is working fine. I'm going to put the same again. It's not the WP problem. If this was working, should give that error. Make sure you have subscribed blade in your resources views. Resources, views, subscribe. Okay, that it's okay. Check if Acorn is properly configured in your main plugin file. Ensure you have registered the view path. Okay. So here it says 148. I don't know why it's saying that one. The debugging by adding a simple response state of a view. So that's why we will give in the error return subscribe page. Let's do what it says. No, not found. Try debugging by adding, okay. If this works, it confirms that the route is being hit and the issue is likely with the rendering. No. If you are using Blade templates, make sure Blade is properly set up in your Acorn configuration. Check out your WordPress permalink settings. Okay. Add some error logging. Okay. Let's try to hide this. No errors. No. It's not working, my friend. The thing is that the view is not working. So it's something not okay with Acorn. Because the route is working, but the view it's not returning. Let's see. Routing, okay. Return view, welcome. Let's try maybe doing that more simpler. Let's see. Not found. But it's working. Acorn lets you routing functionality in WordPress, file assist, routes are easier to implement. You have the cache. This is not going to work and do anything because this. So this welcome, I don't know from where it's taken. Okay, yes, from the other one. Billing subscribe. Should work because you're returning a view directly. And this is working fine. It detects the route. And the welcome one, it's from here. So we have the normal one and the billing subscribe that it's from here. So that is working fine. The thing is not working. It's to render the subscribe blade. So this is working because we are loading it from a page template way. But with register plugin view path, Acorn paths, its views. The thing is that I don't know if this should be there or should be in the bottom. I don't know if that affects something. It seems not. And that billing subscribe is not working. So the patch views is this one. So when we are doing this one, we're going to put the normal one. Okay. So when we are returning a view, should work this way. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why. Here, what we see is that the problem is giving a 404 from WordPress. It's not giving any kind of error or this. That would be the key to give this subscribe, and I will be super happy and everything would be great. But it's not working that way. So let's try to put this one. So here we have the options. Let's create a file. Billing PHP. But we are going to put it in that. And here we're going to put this. But in this case, we don't need this. We just need to do an include. For now, this is what we need. So if we go to billing, it works. Okay, that's working fine. So this is something with the views, and this is something with the setup theme to make the routes. So what it is app register routes route service provider, make a router group, in the namespace this one, in the middle are web, require ones this. Okay. Okay, Mackay. So what we are not making work? Why this is not working? Let's see if we can find something. I'm going to close everything. Routing was added an experimental feature. You will need to add the following experimental variable. Account enable experimental router true. Okay. The thing is that we could create a subscribe page with a template, but I don't want to do that. Maybe other option would be to use the API. We are having this problem. Maybe we could use the API. So the API handles this. So we are here and we do a call to the API and we handle this from the API, from the WordPress API. Okay, let's try to do that. Here in the billing, we have the subscribe button. We're going to take this out. Now we're going to load the form. We need it. This no. And this, we're going to take it out. So we're going to take this one and let's chat with this one. So, how we can manage this info? We need to create a Stripe checkout session. For that, we are going to use the WordPress REST API to handle the form action. We need to create everything to manage the API endpoints for the Fast Spark plugin, so we can manage that Stripe checkout session. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now let's update the form. Replace with this line. Okay. Finally, add the JavaScript function. So this we will use an enqueue. Okay, let's see everything. So let's use the WordPress API, create a file named API. So in this case, we may use here, we have resources, routes, and then just to use the Laravel folder structure. Bueno, directory structure. Here it has the app, vale, and the API, resources directory. Okay. It's the resources of the, I'm going to say Laravel. I want to try to make it like that one. So the API, where do you have the API? Products. There are no images or nothing with it. Okay, don't worry at all. I will look it by myself. Okay. HTTP controllers API. So here, inside here, we can create HTTP. It's like this one or like this. Okay. Delete. HTTP, controllers, and inside there is when we have the API. API. Okay. So this is because I want to try to have it as Laravel as much as I can. And we have to have it inside the plugin. And here we have the API that this friend told us that it's just one. Create an API, and now we have to review this one. And what I'm going to do is open it in another one so it's much easier. So here we have HTTP controller API, and in this case we don't need to put v1 and those kind of things. So here we have the API controller, okay, and it says like this one, okay. So here, okay. So here we have API, public function construct, REST API init, register the routes, and here it says Spark v1. Okay, this it's okay for the WordPress route. Create checkout session. In this case, we can call it billing, no subscribe. But in this case, we are going to put, we need to change here some things. We need to change some things here. Why? Because we are working with a Stripe, but maybe we are also going to work with Paddle and those kinds. So maybe this API, in the future, we're going to change it to separate a Stripe with the other one, okay? So for now, I'm going to put here Stripe, but maybe in the future, we change it. So Stripe subscribe method creatable, that is for to post. So we can use here this one. Okay, post. Callback. Let's call it subscribe, permission callback, check permissions. Okay. Check permissions is your user logged in. No, there is no need of this one. Okay, we don't need the user to be logged in. Or yes, with Spark, it's needed. But it's not needed with others. So we're going to do it with no needed. Okay. So we're going to put that. So then we have the subscribe, new Stripe client. Here we have the test API key, tried, checkout session, create the items. Okay. So here is where we have to send our data. So here when we have the price, request, get parent, plan. That here we have the plan with the monthly ID. And that's the price that we are going to send. Okay. Quantity 1. So now let's update this part to include our new API So equal once dir, and here we put app, and we have HTTP controller API. For now we are going to have it that way, and add this after the setup thing, so it says here. But we can also for now add it here. Okay. Okay, now we are just trying to make it work. Okay, not going to be very fancy. Now let's update the form. So for the form, it's changing things. Okay, let's copy and we paste it below and we see the changes. It will be here. So this one is the same. Form makes data submitting false, submit prevent, submit form. So this is something that it adds. And then it has input hidden, value switch yearly. The value, this one, I think that's correct. That's a better one. Because we're changing dynamically the price, so also should change this. So I think this is correct. So size, so this is the same. And then it says disable submitting. Okay. I think it's correct. So we can take this out. Okay, independent constant submitting, because this one is not getting this. And why is not getting that? Maybe, no, but it's saying undefined. And why is getting undefined? Why is undefined? X data submitting false. And here we have submitting. Why, my friend? Why are you undefined? But it's given an PHP error, not a... not an alpiner. So why here it's okay to use it from here, but this is not okay? And if we put it here, nope. I don't know why. Laravel, no, it's not Laravel, my friend. It could be, but it's not. It's WordPress. Ah, I got you. Why it's given undefined? I know why, I think. Okay. So now if we see this one, we have these two price IDs, and it depends, and now is this changed. It depends if we are with one or the other one. So that's working fine. Okay. That's fine. So now what we have to do is to make it work with the API. So after everything, now we have to create the JavaScript. Okay, we are going to put it this way, but then we are going to add it with WP and QE. Okay, but now, as we have said, we are going to make it work. And why this one is not closed? Maybe, I don't know. So after here, we're going to put the script. So here it says, submit form, this submitting form true, you're creating a template. The thing is that I'm trying to create things with Laravel. So I created a product that is prolinks.pro. Okay. That is to create custom links. And I created with Laravel and Filament, PHP. And I'm trying to learn more about creating things and to ship. And I saw that there are a lot of projects like ShipFast, okay, from Mark, that what they do is, okay, we are going to use Next, but I want you not to spend this time. So I created this package where I have everything prepared. So you just have to configure some things and it works, okay? So you can ship faster. Taking this in account, there is one for Laravel that is Larafast, that it's more or less the same, but for Laravel. So it's like, don't worry for subscriptions, registrations, admin panel with Filament, and the blog pages, SEO, and everything, because I created this package and you pay for it and you can create and ship projects faster. So I was thinking, this is great, but this is WordPress. 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 Okay? And this you can use plugins or whatever. So it's like, oh my God, they are creating a WordPress. Okay? So in WordPress, everything is prepared for the admin and there are no things prepared for developers. So I'm creating like a Larafast or a ShipFast for WordPress. So the idea is to have that functionality for developers, but having WordPress behind. That's the plan. So right now I'm creating a plugin for this package to create a Spark for WordPress. So Spark, what it gives you is the option to connect with Paddle and Stripe and create this so people can subscribe and can manage their subscription from here, from Laravel. So I want to do the same, but for WordPress. So in WordPress, you are going to be able to go here to this Spark and create here the plans with the Stripe IDs. And it gets the info from Stripe. So now I'm creating using WordPress API, the subscribe functionality. Okay. So now I'm just creating here, then we have to improve it. But for now, it's like, no, I'm going to create the API. I always use for create API REST for my frontend. I suppose you use Vue or React or something like that. So here we will have the plain ID that it's taken from the input. Okay. And here we have this and the subscribe. So it submit, prevent, subinform. So it generates this one, form, event target, the plan ID it's getting from the plan, and creates this call to the API that we have changed to a Stripe subscribe, so we can use it in the future for other things. Method post creates the nonce, it passes the plan ID, so here gets the plan ID. Bueno, here is getting the plan. Okay, plan ID, here is the plan. The JSON response. Okay, let's just reload and see what happens and what it's broken. Processing and not found. Okay, so it goes to billing and goes here, but this is not correct. Okay, so why is not correct? Because we have created this with the API. Okay, but now we have to create the session, and inside the Stripe session, okay, we have to get the info. So we are passing line items, price, quantity, mode payment or subscription, success URL, and cancel. Okay, so in this case it went to billing subscribe. Now this was it isn't. It went to billing with this test, but that's not correct. So let's see how we can create this one. Automatic task enable. Okay, I don't care that. Location, checkout session URL. So I think that we need there, because here is creating the response. But I think we are not going there. We have to go there. So it's not a response. We have to go there. So let's ask WordPress REST API Stripe checkout session. Let's see if someone said something about it. Sessions Stripe API for WooCommerce. I want to see with the WordPress API or WordPress API REST. Let's put Spanish or English better. Okay. Minimalist Stripe checkout for WooCommerce. So let's see what they do. Development, browse the code, rank, checkout the yes. Maybe we have here. I had an interview where the company wanted a Drupal developer. I told them I knew WordPress and they didn't call me. The thing is that it's very different Drupal from WordPress. Not the base, meaning that it's a CMS, but just the part of that Drupal uses Symfony, that it's like Laravel, but WordPress doesn't. So maybe they assume that you know WordPress, but you don't know Symfony with Drupal. And maybe you know Symfony because Laravel. Because Laravel is on top of Symfony. So here it says this. Supports return. Okay. Let's see the getaway. Let's try to understand this. Register script. Okay. Payment method. Payment getaway. Okay, this is for WooCommerce. Here it does on Stripe checkout. Okay, what we are missing here? So maybe this is the code proposed by Stripe documentation. What do we need to change in our file to make it work and redirect user to the checkout session? Let's see what it says. Okay, now yes. Do you see that we have this one, and here we have this one? Okay, so here it says we can even click here to the play, and it's going to change everything automatically. So it says Stripe set API, we change this one, that is the same, but from here and not from here. Automatic tax enable, true, return. This one is not needed. Now we need to go to the checkout session and we have the error. Okay, let's say accept and let's try our billing. So this works. Subscribe to the base for 90. Error creating the checkout session. Okay. So now we have to see why we have the error. I think that maybe we could use the same as we had. Okay. But changing the last part. Okay. Let's see if we have the error somewhere. Internal error, fast Spark, Stripe, subscribe. So we have a problem with the API. We have a problem. Let's see if the problem is this or what is the problem. Maybe the problem is here. Because before was working fine. So we have to think. Because maybe we don't need to do the API. Maybe we can send the info directly from here with a JavaScript. And use the API just for the message that we receive, the return message, the success and the other thing. I don't know. the moment I want to put MotoGP. That I want to watch it, but I want to do this. I'm going to put it on the phone. Oh yeah! I'm going to put it here. Watching MotoGP while coding. Oh yeah! Even I'm going to put it, on the computer. Wait a moment. So I can hear what they say. And I stop the music. Please stop the music. We put it here. MotoGP. I want to join. Let me join to the live streaming. Maybe I can't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I have to take out the... No. I have to take out the music. Wait a moment, I'm sorry. Stop this one. And we put down the sound. Okay. I'm back. So, maybe we don't need that. Maybe we can do the call from here directly. Is that okay for this one? I don't know if it's okay. Because here we have a JavaScript. I don't know if we can do a call to the JavaScript directly. Or not. Because I don't know what is giving here the error. Let's do one thing. Subscribe. An error occurred. Oh, maybe we can do in... Oh, no. What it is? Go to the first one. This is broken, everything. It's everything broken. Okay. Where is arc? Here. Okay. We are back. So the thing is that maybe we can go here and go to... I have to... This one... Ah, no, now it's not with Lando. No. The logs, I can see them here. In Hearth. Okay. What are the errors? Because here is not the error. Why I can't see the error of the API? Uy, 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 uy. So here it gives an error. Unexpected end of JSON. Okay. So I suppose we have a problem here. And we will put like this. Okay. Billing 310, but here we don't have a 310. Maybe here we have a problem with this one. This is working. Okay. The thing is that we don't have one. Okay. Working, it's working. It's not giving anything. But it's working. So creatable. Let's see, maybe with the permissions callback. Callback. Okay, but it's not using the register the route, plugin, Stripe, methods, in this case is creatable, the callback. Permission callback will be this. The thing is that we don't need to be logged in. I think that this one is more than enough. Okay. So then here we have subscribe, request to get the info of the request. Okay. So in this case, let's see what happens. Subscribe, error. Okay. What error do we have? If we do this, processing, and okay, no error because it's not doing anything. Okay. The thing is that we don't need to do processing. We need to go there. So that's why I don't know if this is needed. I think maybe we can go directly. Maybe we can do this directly. So let's go like this. What happens? Okay, no errors. So this is working fine. So when we come here and we do like this, we don't have an error. Okay. So that is working fine. If we do... No. The problem is that okay. I'm using Java and I have to learn how to use it. Okay. And I'm moving windows from one side to another. Okay. So here with try, with no catch, it's going to be an error with no catch. Cannot use try without catch or finally. Okay. I want to go one by one. No errors. Okay. So for now, it's doing this. It's doing this, but it's not giving an error. What happens if we do this? Let's see what we have. Nothing. But here this is working. Okay. So here gives this error because this is giving the error. Okay. Send JSON is going to work. No, because here we are not getting the response. No, again, no. Idiot. The thing is that if I do Shift Option 7, it sends this to the 7 dashboard desktop. If I do Shift Command 7, it comments or uncomments. So sometimes my fingers do what they don't have to do. Subscribe, nothing. So this is not returning anything. And maybe it's not returning anything because I didn't put it correctly. It will be here like a return, no? Something like that, no? I don't know what I'm doing right now. Now there's nothing. And console log here is not going to work because we are with PHP. So here is not going to work. But I don't know why Stripe does nothing. It gives the error, but I don't get the error anywhere. Because here in logs, I don't see the error. Why we are not getting the error there? Would be great to see. Here it says this, that here is the error. But the error is not here, it's here. So the error is because this, if I put bar dump, maybe it gives an error with WP die because there is no function there. Yeah, we have something. So maybe it's giving an error here with the straight test API. No, it should work. I think the API is correct. Or maybe it's not creating this, but it should. It's the same. So it should be correct. Or maybe it's given error because we already created one here. So maybe we should send this, the Stripe client. I don't know. Maybe I'm overcomplicating. This should work. The thing is here, it's not doing anything. Unexpected JSON. This is something. Yeah. So that is working. So this, it's okay. This is okay. Maybe this mode subscription is not okay. Because here is payment. Maybe it doesn't exist subscription. And it's just payment. Because that was created by the AI. So maybe it was incorrect. No, it's giving problem there. Location, checkout session, URL. If we do a checkout session URL, what do we have here? Nothing. Maybe it's because it's not creating the session. maybe it's not creating the session, and that's the problem. It's nothing there. And why is nothing there? Maybe we have set API, checkout session, maybe something this. No, it's because your domain, we have it here. This is working, no? Let's see. Yeah, that's correct. So this is correct, this is correct. Price is correct. Mode payment, automatic task enable true. But then the session, it's not created. Maybe if we put this outside, what happens? So subscription was correct. Okay. You must have a valid origin address to enable automatic task calculation. Okay, the problem is the tax. It was not configured and nothing. Maybe that was the... Okay. Access to fetch from origin has been blocked. Course policy, response to prefix and pass access control check, no access control at all. Experience center, source. Okay. Okay. So here we are having the problem of this. Request doesn't pass access. Maybe we need this also. Here we haven't. We have this. And let's put this again inside. Okay. Let's take this out. Let's see what happens. This is why usually you pay $80, $100 or whatever, so you don't have to configure all this. So we are having problems with this. Because if we go this way, it works fine. So this is created correctly. Subscribe, WPFast, So that is working fine. It's not working the redirection, let's say. It doesn't work this. So maybe it's because we don't need this. What we need is WP redirect, and we can take that one out. No, failed to fetch. No access control, allow origin, header. That is something that we can create like that. I don't know if that's correct to do right now. No. The thing is that trying to redirect from here, it's given the... Maybe WordPress has a safe redirect. Or was a redirect safe? I think WordPress has something like that, no? Yeah. Maybe with the safe redirect it works. No. What's the error? Overview, navigation, content. Welcome to your WordPress dashboard. Why WordPress dashboard? Maybe I didn't understand the safe redirect. Check where location is using an allowed host. If it has an associated path, applying can therefore show or remove allowed host. Pluggable parameters location, status, X redirect, sources, safe redirect, location, status. As with that, let's dispatch to perform the net in the field. Be sure to include the no cache header before the save redirect. Ah. The thing is that here you have things of 9 years ago, and you don't know if it is up to date. But it should work without problems. The thing is that save redirect is not longer needed. Let's see. No, but I don't know why it's sending to the WordPress dashboard. Let's see. No, WordPress dashboard again. Maybe because this one. This is the awful part of when you are developing. Again, the same. That you don't know why. Let's leave there. So the problem here is this, but this bar dump is not working. Check out the stripe, This is okay. So the URL, it's being created. The thing is that it's not sending there. It gives the error when redirecting the person there. Stripe. Let's see if we get some info. This is success. Thanks for your order. No, that's not something that we need. How checkout works. Checkout session create, okay. And if we want to send them there, what, my friend? This is the same page. The thing is that it puts here this. And it should not be like this. Why, my friend? Failed to fetch. Pero el problema es este. Let's see. Okay. Okay. You can handle the plugin. Yeah, the thing is that we can't manage Stripe. This is okay if it is your server. No course. Okay, no answer. No course and no answer. Your server should respond. Vale, pero si es Stripe. If it's Stripe. Let's put less. Let's do this one. There are two ways to fix this problem. Front end, instead of using request, use HTML form post to request a create checkout session and redirect. Return together. Let's see this one. Yeah, this is the same that we have been. The thing is that we are using an action of post. We are using JavaScript. Sign in. Same solution. Let's see. But it is not going to work for us. Fuck. Maybe I think we are doing something very wrong. Here it creates the session. But I think that we don't need to create a try. I think this is not needed. I think that we just need to create this and redirect it. And then it's going to handle it from here. Something like this, without a try or whatever. So now the problem that we have is that this block, maybe in a stripe, we need to put something. Desarrolladores, developers. So the checkout sessions are working fine. It's 200. What is not working, it's redirect. What is not working is this. So I don't know how to WordPress API. Let's put domain. So here it says this. You can add exit after the redirect function. It will stop further process from the REST API. Maybe it's because we don't have the exit. No, I don't think so, because the problem is other. But let's try. No, the problem that we have is this one. Okay, but the one with WordPress. Discord is travel many, try below information to help you, just change your URL from HTTP. Just with that it works. If we make this HTTPS. Wait. So let's go sites. Let's make it HTTPS. Okay. One moment. Okay. I'm changing everything. One momento. Come on, my friend. It's loading. Okay, now the problem is here. Settings. Here we have to change it, and to change that I have to go to environment, maybe. Yeah, home, it's HTTPS. And where maybe is the other one? No. Okay, maybe just was. Maybe in the config. One moment, please. Okay. Okay. Now this is back. Now we are in HTTPS. But it's giving the same error. So that it's not the thing. Just add the line below in your HTTP access. Okay, and this with this plugin, what it says. Italiano. Let's leave it in English. Quando arrivo a casa, Nescafé cappuccino. Let's put it, and if that's the problem, then we will do it manually. Okay. So we don't have a plugin for it, but just check if that's the problem. Enable cars. Activate. Now it's going to break everything. Okay. Enable cars. Don't worry, I'm going just to try if this is the problem. Nope. I think that is no. Maybe we have to put Ori in here. From origin. Let's see. Errors. No. Let's put everything. But I think this is to receive, it's not to send. I think that's not the situation here. I think here the situation that we have is the other way around. I'm going to take everything out. And once I'm going to disable course, and then I'm going to deactivate and delete. Why are you giving me can't redirect to Stripe checkout? Why you are not working? So here says redirect. So create session, Stripe checkout session create, okay. Success. But why I can't redirect it there? Because here it doesn't say anything about it. So here it doesn't say anything about it. Install the Stripe. We have it. Create a checkout session. Okay, we have it. But then it does this. That for us is an error. That for us is an error. We have a header. Then we have the domain, just to put it here. For us is this. Checkout session, create, and this is created correctly. And then it says this. And it's not going to work. And then when you come tomorrow, you do a couple of clicks and it works. And you say, why? But now it's not going to work. The bad part is that the link it's working fine. The session it's okay. It's suscribirse a base. It's taking the monthly one, so that it's working fine. Even if here we do yearly, 49, subscribe, we go for the yearly. So that it's working fine. The problem is that it's not redirecting there. It's not working this part. Define a product, choose a mode, subscription in our case, supply that, redirect to checkout. Okay, and this redirect to checkout is just a redirect. Maybe what we can do is a redirect from here. Maybe that's why is this here. No, again, no. I think I'm going to change. I want to put this now here again. I think I will need to change the shortcodes if I'm going to get crazy. So here gets this, so maybe the redirection is not needed from here. Maybe here what we have to do is return the session. Let me move this. Maybe what we have to do is this that was correct here. And it's return the session URL. Maybe this was correct. And from here, we get that checkout session URL and we redirect there. And maybe we have to do it from there. Okay, error creating the checkout session. So here, console log data, let's see what happens. Because maybe it's just because the data is not correct. So the data is correct. So what we have to do is if data. Or maybe it was just that. So now subscribe. It works. Oh yeah, baby. And we'll click here, back. It comes with cancel true, so maybe we could put here a message. So yeah, it works. So this we can leave it also. Yeah, was that the thing is that we couldn't redirect from here, but just to give it back and redirect from here. So this was correct. It wasn't correct the other part. This part. Yes, because it was with this. Amigo mío. So maybe we could put it here like this, so we give more context. So now if we reload, so it will have more context here. It's better. If we put like this yearly and we take this one, 99, subscribe. $99 Pro yearly. Good. Good. I like it. Okay. So we have advanced a lot. Well, we had a couple of problems, but now it's working. So right now we have here an option to create the plans that we take from Stripe. The monthly, yearly prices for base and pro, and we have here the features. We have here that this one is disabled for the base one. So now here we have a page that it's billing. When we redirect someone to billing, we can see the base and the pro, and we can see the yearly price. Now I have to change this because puts yearly, and that's not correct. So in billing, here we have to change. I'm going to close this one, and here we have to change this yearly. Okay. And we are going to put like this. If yearly, if not, monthly. So we'll have monthly and class text sn. Monthly and yearly. Okay, and it works. Subscribe. Oh, this is magic. Magic English. Uy. So yeah, it's working fine. So we did a lot of things. So now what we have to manage is the ability to subscribe people. So this should just work and make this work without problem. Now we have to manage the option to subscribe the person here to our project or to make one payment. So in this case, it's to subscribe it to our project if we are doing a SaaS, so they have access. So in this case, it's what I say, it's very different, this functionality from this one. Here, when you buy it, you get access to a repository or to the Discord. But in this one, you don't have that functionality. It's something that we will need to do it, but in this one, it's not that functionality. In this one, it's you get access, so you have a user, and that user gets a subscription. So it's very different, the functionality. So I think that I'm going to think on this one, that here, if you see this one, I think that we are going to do the next one, this functionality. So being able to create a product here in the WordPress admin. So here you will have a dashboard where you can choose what type of subscription you are creating, if it's a subscription in your WordPress site or not. Even that, maybe we have to handle it. having the one-time payment, like this one. It's a one-time payment. Having a subscription outside the WordPress or having a subscription inside the WordPress. So maybe that it's interesting. Yeah, baby. Okay, so that's for now. That's for today. I think that we advanced a lot with this billing section, and we will continue other day. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.